What's up, guys? It's Wills here on the show. It's BroCode, and when we guys are sitting here, you already know what we're talking about. Everything that has to do with men's world, what men are thinking, why they are thinking, and what exactly are their motives. On today's show, I'm joined with two most important guests I've ever had in this show. I'm saying this because I'm going to put them on the spot very soon. I have with me Nifty and Timmy, but I'm also going to allow them to introduce themselves with a little bit of spice, and they're going to be telling me which club they really belong to. Is it 30 Billion Gang or FC? You already know what's happening on social media, 30 Billion Gang FC. Even aside that, people are even talking about Simi and Adekunle Gold and this other guy that's making noise all around them. But today, our focus is still on 30 Billion Gang. Let them introduce themselves, and you guys will know which is your favorite.
My name is Timmy, and of course, I'm in the 30 billion gang.
30 billion gangs.
That's how we roll.
With the money.
My name is Nifty and I have 30 billion.
Season money with the money. But really, I'm not in your coven. I'm somewhere else, but I'm not going to let you guys know. I'm not going to let you guys know because I don't know who's going to help me. My helper might be somewhere else. My helper might be something that I don't want to mention.
My helper is FC.
Your helper is FC.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But really, let's with the conversation of the helper. There's this popular baba in Abuja, and he went online under Davido's comment. He wrote 003, and Davido came out to say that I was even coming to Abuja to come and cut my hair with you. I'm like, must you talk?
Davido carried his life and insulted him from beginning
From
to
his,
end.
I think it's something. He mentioned something about generational wealth. Like the last three babas. Let me give you the context. He said the last three babas. He has opened shop for all of them, and they're all doing well. Like you've missed out on your generational wealth.
How do you even write 003 Davido? Who is now 1 and 2?
Who is 1 and 2? Who is number 1? Who is number 2?
I can understand Burna Boy, but is he putting whiskey there?
What do you mean? Your helper might be
he has lost a helper for me, so he has lost me as a helper.
Maybe you guys are losing your helper in FC right now. You can never tell. But it just tell me something about social media itself and how you can just keep your words to yourself. If you are going to troll, can you troll with another account? Maybe not your professional account or something.
Most people don't even think about that in the moment. They just want to respond.
They just want to
respond.
respond.
You know how social media is now. It's very quick.
And I think somebody on this table has that trait.
Yes, now.
Somebody that we cannot.
Yeah, I know the person.
Social media is cool.
Somebody has that trait right now.
Cruise, just go on social media, type whatever.
But you wouldn't do that with your.
But I don't think it's cruise anymore.
People are taking it personal.
Yes.
Normally, it's built for. It's designed to just have fun.
Have fun.
But now people are taking it like their life.
What's not life? It's life now because you're saying something and I'm feeling something in the real world.
You
are typing it on your phone, but somebody is feeling the heat. Davido might be in a bad mood at that time.
And
you're saying 003.
You know that video of when he was begging that, please, I'm on my knees. They are posting that video everywhere. They pepper Baba, they tell us he's 003.
But really, that's not the conversation today. Today we're going to be looking into something that is very important for us as guys, as men. And that has to do with our dating life. Some people
Relationship.
It's part of life now, or it's even life itself.
Yes.
It's life.
You can't run away from it.
You can't run away from relationship. But today in our relationship, in our love life, we're talking about who exactly can you go out with, and in the context of age.
Okay.
What exactly is too high, too low? There's some people on this table that I know they're always aiming higher. And so I don't want to mention them, but they know themselves. They're always aiming higher. So tell us what exactly, what in the context of age, in the bracket of age, would you do something that is, do somebody that is way older than you? Is age a factor for you? Is age just a number?
Yeah. Age is just a number for me.
Age is just a number?
Yes. For me, age is just a number.
Why is it a number? You don't want to tell us what the real deal inside.
You have first 1 year old birthday, 2 year old birthday.
We're not talking about birthday. We're talking about your escapades. Let us know. Have you ventured into that trade?
Yeah, for me, if when it boils down to relationship, for age is just a number. Yes, as long as the person we're compatible, as long as the person is reasonable, as long as the person is respectful, doesn't see me as, has the same ideology as I have, age is just a number.
Age is just a number.
Yeah.
How about you, Timmy?
Age is just not a
In the
number.
dating market,
Age is not a number. It's not just a number.
it's not just a number.
My rival. Talk. I did hear you.
Age is not just a number. It matters in everything we do. I feel like, from the perspective of men, if you're talking about age, you cannot be dating a girl that is, you are 25, you're dating 45-year-old
You're
woman.
dating
I want to take her. I can't, can it work?
It can work.
It cannot
It
work.
can
Ask
work.
President of France.
I was going to mention that.
How can I ask him here? Is he how will I ask
funny.
him?
But
Look like
how will I ask him?
he's living a good life, according to what we can see in the media.
Different cultures.
Yeah.
You know, he's in
Even in
he's in
Nigeria
the Western
as well.
world where it's
I know of people that the age gap is between them is like 5 years. And they're living.
that's still reasonable.
That's okay.
I feel like it also depends on the amount of years the girl is older than the guy. Because as a man generally, we thrive on respect. We are built on that ability to take charge. If the woman cannot, she thinks she's older than you, so she doesn't respect you, doesn't allow you to have that responsibility, it's going to cause a rift. And it happens more often because imagine now, women normally on their own, they are already giving us challenges in life.
They are coming for you.
They
They are coming for you on this statement.
Then
then
you're now marrying a woman that is now maybe like 5 years older than you. Maybe she has a junior brother that is even like maybe older than you too. How will
like
it
like
work?
the Emmanuel
Mind your
Macron that
When the baby
is
say,
his
look at
his
this,
wife's
mind your-
last child is
It's
older than him.
So
Yeah.
how will it work? It can work. It also depends on the culture, Sha.
Well, I think it's a universal thing. If we even look at Nigeria, just like I mentioned, that I know of people whose relation, and people would not know. You've mentioned the issue of respect, and I think it just boils down to how are you going to? Is this relationship mutual? Is there love? Does love exist? And respect has to be mutual. You can't say because you are younger, then you start having to demand. Okay, because I'm younger, I have to assert. You know, there's nothing that comes with, okay, I'm younger, but I know...
I know what I'm talking about.
I know what I'm talking
I know
about. You're
what I'm
supposed to be
doing.
under me. You're giving rules, you're giving out game. As long as you can also show respect, because I think respect should be reciprocal. True. It should be mutual. But even going beyond love itself, I don't think love enough is enough to... handle relationship, because in this relationship, if it's going to go ahead to some other thing, then it's not only you that will make the decision.
Yeah.
You don't think so? Because for instance, if you want to get married to somebody now and you come home and you say, "Mommy, Timmy, and the girl is like, let's say 30 or say 45, and then you are in your 30.
Cannot be me. Direct it to him, I beg. Look at
And you're
my
30.
look at
So
my
what would
assets.
you do as the advocate of somebody that would go into that? What would you do?
At the end, like you said, right? People always want to get hurt. From the other side, if the lady is much older than the guy, if every relationship has a starting point, before you start a relationship, you will know who you're going into a relationship with. Do you understand? Now, even if the lady is much older than you, right? If she respects you, if she has all the things and everything that you want, you are finding in the lady.
So you go for it.
Of course, you go for it. Do you want to go for the
But
one
you're
that
not
is
the only
younger
one
than
taking
you?
the decision here right now.
No, that's the thing.
Okay.
Your parents will learn to love her, and if she's a very respectful person, see, there's something a beautiful character, beautiful behavior brings out in a human. You know, you can be young. You can also have a young lady that you want to get married to, and she doesn't have a character. She gets home and your mother say, "I don't want to see that girl in my house again." So what do? But if the person has, do you know, there's some people that they are very aged, like their age, they're very grown in age, but you won't know if the person doesn't tell you their age.
Yeah.
Do you understand? The person will be so nice, so jovial, so respectful. But if this person tell you that he's 45, you won't believe.
You won't believe.
Do you understand?
Another thing, for you that say you don't want to, okay, respond to
Let's
that.
respond to that now. You mentioned Macron.
Okay.
Good and fine. Perfect.
But Macron seems like an example everybody makes when they want to talk about this.
Macron, now, first of all, let's not forget that aside the fact that he's president, he's actually very rich.
Yeah.
So that naturally even brings its own
Yes.
respect. Okay. So Macron, let's now bring it to the Nigerian way. Now, I'm 30. Macron was 30 when his wife was 54 when they officially tied the knots. How will I, at 30 years old, I'm still young, still bobbing, and I bring a 54-year-old woman to my father's house?
Your father's
my
house.
mom is 52, for goodness sake. I'll not be somebody that is older than my mother. How will it work now?
Well, I think love supersedes everything.
Your family or from you?
From all of us gone.
That means
all of us.
you don't like her, so it will never. It doesn't exist.
Let's assume that I'm you now, and I'm okay with it.
Okay.
How will our parents be okay with it. Because would you want a family where the woman is even older than your mother? One, two, there's a rift between your parents, what they want and what you want. Because generally, our parents will want what you want with you, generally. But there are some instances like that just they feel like you're making a very wrong decision. And a junior brother like me, if I'm the junior brother kind of person, I would think you're making a very wrong decision.
Wrong decision. But there are some people, you mentioned that they were...
Sorry, please, another point. Things of like, biology now comes into it as well. In terms of like reproduction and everything too. 54-year-old man, Marco does not have a child of his own.
That's another
That's
point.
a very
That's
big
another
point.
point.
That's why I said
That's
before
the
you go into
point.
a relationship, you know what you're going into.
You know what you're going into, and that's where I want to come into. We've had this conversation before, and you mentioned that for you would look, age has to be one of the parameters you would go into relationship with someone, even if it's for a long time. But there are some people that they are so skillful. They're so skillful at this thing that they will hide their age, and you wouldn't get to know until you're very close. Or some people that even had their children. What's with age that you can go and change your certificate and we see a lot of people
Football age. Have you not heard of
football age? So what then happened when you are in relationship with someone, you've found love, you've established something so far, you realize that maybe you're just checking through the nose, maybe you're married or perhaps even not married. You just stumbled upon and realized that they are 5 years older than you.
I agree with what you said because there's a particular girl I was toasting.
It did not work.
When I was 7.
When you were 7?
When I was serving.
Okay, I was going to say, what age did you begin this game?
When I was 7.
Okay.
Right, she turned out to be 29.
Wow.
So, and you see her, she's like this. So I actually subscribe to what you're saying. And I'm not against, the girl being older. I'm against her being older by too much. If, to me, I wouldn't put a number on it, but I would say anything between 3 to 5 years is still respectable in my books, personally speaking now. But so if I find out she's 3 to 5 years older than me, it wouldn't necessarily dissuade me. But when I start crossing the 5-year mark, starting like 6, 7, 10, Jesus, 15, Olodumare, no.
Nifty, for you, we understand that age is not a factor.
So you like marry 60-year-old woman?
Do you have a bracket for it? Let's even put it like that.
If I find love with a 60 years old
60
woman, listen.
60-year-old
If I find
woman.
love, I find peace.
60.
Listen, no, I'm being realistic here. Speaking
Yeah,
of myself,
we are being
I don't know
realistic.
however anybody wants to be. No,
You are being
I don't-
realistic. You use the word realistic.
Yes, I'm being realistic. To me,
Okay.
I don't know how any other person wants to take it, how anybody's decision, whatever anybody's decision is.
Okay.
That is,
There are a lot of mamas
I
out there.
respect it.
There are a lot of mamas out there watching.
I respect it.
Yeah.
No problem. But if I find love into brackets, I find what I want. See, I cannot go and get married because they said she's too old or she's too young. You don't go and get married to this lady, she's too young. Go and get married to this one because she's too old. Marry this one because she's young. I'll go and meet that one because she's young. And
No,
I'll be
not
disrespected.
because she's
Wait, finish.
Sorry.
I'll not go and get married to this one because she's young or because she's not as old as, and I'll be sleeping in a bar. I'll be scared of coming home. Do you know that there's some young girls that will be, even if you're older than them, they go give you a run from your own house.
Yes, but they're speaking about as if they're not younger people that are also respectful.
No, they're
Thank
younger
you.
people that are
Right.
respectful. But that's why I said, when you find, it's not until you find.
Of course.
Yes,
Of course.
Me, I
even
go
the Bible
find.
says, he who finds. It's until you find, though.
So you can find that person in the...
When you find that person in an elderly person, what do you do?
Elderly.
Because
That's
someone
so much.
that's
Maybe you use
like-
senior.
sorry,
What do
like
you
the
mean?
person's age is more than yours. So you say because. Anyways, I respect your opinion.
I don't respect your own
I
opinion.
said, but
no,
this
man,
man,
I
you
don't-
have
I
to
respect
respect
each
mine.
other's
I don't
opinion.
gentleman.
But
I respect
another
mine.
thing-
This is my opinion.
Another thing
I will roll
people
with it.
always say when it comes to the ladies aspect, they'll think, okay, maybe you're going for this because this person is financially okay. People always talk about this popular Nollywood actress. I don't want to mention her name. Don't mention her name. They all know who we're talking about. And she married this senator, which is way older, maybe 30, 40 years even older. But when it comes to men, if you're marrying somebody that is old as that, they say, okay, you're going for their money. What if the person is old and they are not rich?
Well, in that particular...
But would you even go for somebody that is old and rich?
if she's
If
the,
the
wo-
money
if she's
is
the
there,
woman.
if she's the woman, of course.
No,
He
because
won't go for old.
the thing is,
The money will not entice
old
you.
is relative. That word is particular. So I think I have
Okay,
to respect, I have to respect your
let's put
opinion.
10, 15
Please,
years to it.
thank you.
Let's put
Respect
age.
your opinion.
10
Wait. You want to
let's-
respect your
let's-
opinion?
let's-
Please, let him respect my opinion. I respect it.
I want to
All right.
respect your opinion
Thank
because,
you.
Okay.
because I feel like when it comes to like the example you gave of that popular actress now,
Yeah.
it's 40 years. That I feel like
It's-
for men it's me because let me even put my parents. My dad is 13 years older than my mother. It's still okay when it comes to men because I feel like I know that.
Is it
Okay,
like why is it okay? Why is
I
it
feel like it's just
generally
perception. Probably
accepted?
let me just society perception. The way it's just looked at generally. There's just some things. For example, now let me give an example. A woman that is maybe like 35 and unmarried, society looks at that as something is wrong with her when there's nothing wrong with her. Just the way that it's just perceived. And I feel like it's the way we've been brought up, it's the culture we've been raised in.
Don't you think that you need to then reorient
I'm not
themselves?
some things are not, they don't really
You can't
rearrange.
reorient themselves.
There are lots of things that don't need reorientation, they don't really rearranging. Why, as a man, I feel like it should also be a gap for that too. But I feel like it's still okay. But 40 years, now let me use myself as an example. You said 10, 15 years, that's what we're
Yeah,
using,
10,
right?
15 years. Let's use
Okay,
that.
now, 15 years from my age now, that's about maybe like 40 something now. No matter how rich she is, I cannot fall in love with her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say. Although, if she looks like Genevieve,
Okay,
she looks like
you
some-
can see where we
If
are
she-
going.
wait
You
now,
can
wait
see
now.
you
Let
can
me
see where we
finish
are
now.
going. You
This
can see
man,
where we
there
are
are some
going. Just say that
caveats.
it's the package.
There are some
Just say that
caveats.
it's the
There
package
are some
you're worried
45-year-old
about.
women that you be like, okay, what's up?
What's up?
And there's some
Come out
45-year-old
your
women.
teeth. Just now. I will come out your teeth.
But,
I just feel it's the package.
But I no, it doesn't necessarily even the package. I just feel like, personally, I'm not looking to, if I'm looking for a woman, I prefer a girl that's younger than me. Or at the very least the same age. But if I'm going older, no problem.
problem.
It will be the least option, but no problem still. But it shouldn't be too old. I feel like anything between more than 3-5 years, 10, 15 years,
It's older.
just
Before you
it.
respond to anything, I want to touch this thing, which I think is very important. There's this woman, YK. She's one of the presenters, Your View. She mentioned that there was a time she was in a relationship with somebody that was younger than her. And it was a perfect relationship. There was respect. There was everything. But the issue there was that they both had different worldview. They both had different priorities in life.
How-
She's in her 50s. She's thinking
Okay.
about, businesses. She's thinking about things she wants to do with her life. And this person is in his 30s. He's thinking about, I still want to go to the club. I still want to strive to meet ends meet. So that age gap itself and the priorities that we both have to pursue in life, do you think there's no way to marry that together? Let me just get both your opinions.
Okay,
for
so when that kind of thing happens, like I said, before any relationship, there will be dialogues, there will be talks.
Yeah.
So if they've not talked about because if before I go into a relationship with a lady, I tell her, this is my goal, this is what I want to achieve, this at this so and so time, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to be.
So
this-
you would have that conversation.
I will have
yeah.
it before we go into
just
that kind of
before I allow him
relationship.
talk, there's some conversations that you have when you get to the house. Another thing will happen. Life will happen in the house.
No, life will happen. Life
Yeah.
is supposed to happen. You understand? Life is supposed to happen. But that conversation is what you have to place. That is, if you're not just there for the game, if you're there for real, you have to have that conversation. But if you're there for the game, that conversation is not so necessary. Do you understand?
For you, in that context, you're not going to marry somebody that is older, we understand. But for marrying somebody that is younger, you are, let's say you're 50 and you marry somebody that is 30, you both have different priorities, different worldview, and different things you're pursuing in life, and both are not marrying together. How do you navigate that?
I feel like for a man, it's easier to marry it to the woman. I feel like women are like a reflection of their man. So if a man is
people
acting some certain way,
Yeah.
eventually the girl will align. It's very different when it's the other way around. If it's the woman that is 50 and the man that is 30, the man wants to. We just want like doing what we want to do. We just like doing what we want to do. So if you are still going to the club, still living that life, it's going to be very difficult for the woman to adjust it.
So I just exactly, and I think this is, one of the things that people would want to look into, having conversation before you go into it, because
Very
we all have
important.
different priorities. But there are a lot of things to still talk about, but we cannot take it too further than this. There are a lot of areas to touch. There's people that talk about the financial aspect. There's people that
That
talk
financial
about
aspect is what
homes,
we're
what
talking
will
about.
happen in the
That
home.
financial
But
aspect, that's
maybe
even-
we'll have another episode to talk about that. I
definitely,
think finances itself is a whole lot of conversation that we
different
cannot
topic.
exhaust
Yes.
on this topic today. But we also want you to be a part of this conversation. Thank you for being a part. You're even a member Just subscribe, like, follow. You're a member of our community already. Just go to the comment section. Tell us what you are going to do as a man or as a woman. Even you as a woman, what exactly are you still going? Are you contemplating marrying somebody that is way younger than you for a man? For a woman and for a man, can you marry somebody that is way older than you? We want to know what your opinions are and what you think the guys here at this table have said today. My name is Wills, and I'm signing off with these two gentle 30 billion gangs, man, that FC people are going to come for. But not to worry. Thank you so much,
Thank
Timmy,
you very much
for
for
being
having
a
me.
part
I'm
of
very
today.
grateful.
Thank you.
Thank
Sizzle
you.
money. You need to give us that cash. I thank you as well. Before we come your way next time, do well. Just like I mentioned, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere, all the social media platforms. Just let us know what your opinions are. My name is Wills, and I am signing off.
Peace.